All right, it is going back to school again. I do hope that you had a beautiful break and that you were able to spend time with the family and friends over the holidays and that you're ready for school and especially for your young one. Let us talk about how we can be able to ease our children back to school and how we can make it easier for ourselves or for them as they begin the year again. Let's get started. Hi and Jumbo. My name is Margaret Jaroge, and in this channel we talk about how we can empower ourselves with the tools so that we can empower our children with the tools that they are able to explore and discover the world around them, while we support them socio-emotionally so that they can be able to flourish and thrive in life. Thank you so much for coming back. You who is coming back, thank you always for checking us out. We really appreciate you that you could come and spend time with us. Consider to comment, make the contribution. Let us hear what it is that you think and you have to say. If you're new, welcome home. This is home. Consider to subscribe. Let us talk about our children and let us get together so that indeed we can raise our children together as a village. Today, I want us to talk about little going back to school. I know the other time we talked about the transition and maybe for those parents who are beginning to transition their children maybe to early childhood program or to a new school, to a new environment, to a new class. But today I want us to talk about how do we go back to school or how do we help our children ease going back to school. So one of the things that the holiday does, if maybe all of you are like me, I like to sleep in. I like to sleep late, just doing nothing. And now all of a sudden there is now the expectation that I have to wake up early. Personally, when my children were growing up, I did not like the idea that they should wake up and start practicing. Maybe if that is something you consider, go ahead and consider. Rise up early. Make sure that at least you're going to bed a little early. I wish I could. But being prepared for that and allowing the child at least to sleep a little early because they're gonna wake up early will really help the child at least sleep and rest enough time to be able to wake up to be set for school. Now, the second thing that you need to consider is that you are establishing the routine, the school routine. Remember now, if your child has been out for a whole month, for a whole 2 weeks, or whatever days that the child has been out, now the school routine has been broken. So it is our job to reestablish the routine for the children so that now they can know what events come after what when and what days to expect. Allowing them to know the routine and how things will be going from morning, maybe going to school and all those things, and after they come home will help them at least gain control of that routine and what it is that they need to expect so that they can prepare themselves so that they don't have to wait for you to remind them. This is one of my favorite things. That is my favorite, and this I think because I honestly believe that children are smart, they are adequate, they know, they are competent, they know what it is that they need to do, especially when they know the expectation. So the third one is encourage your child to be independent. As a parent, as a teacher, as a caregiver, encourage that child in whichever way that you can be able to empower that child. Encourage that child to be independent. What does that mean? That means if it is choosing the clothes that they're going to wear, let them choose the clothes they're going to wear. If it is carrying that stuffed animal, let them choose which stuffed animal they're going to carry. If they are not allowed to, help them figure out something else that they can replace that with. Remember, the stuffed animal most of the time are that friend who never changes. That is why they carry them and that is why they love them. So allow the child to make independent choices. And that way they will feel that they are part of the process and that they own that process and that they're included in it. It will also encourage them honestly to practice as early as they're young, to practice self-care. They know what they want, they know that which brings comfort to them, and providing that for them will allow them to practice that self-independence a little early. The other one is talk about safety. At home, there were so many adults who were taking care of them. If maybe there was a gathering with the families and all that. But now at school is a different setting. Remind them about the safety precautions that they need to have at school. If, for example, it is maybe the space, they maybe just need the space, you can help them remember to say, I need space, or I need to pray by myself this time, or whatever is. Remind them about safety and expectations in the classroom, outside the classroom, when going back and forth. If your child probably is in kindergarten and they have to cross the road, remind them about the safety and how to go about it. If you need to do a dry run, do it. The other one is, please, again, this is in all seasons, not only in transition to go back to school. To me, I believe, again, children are competent, they know what to do, they are adequate, they have enough information for whatever it is that they need to do when, where. Allowing them and including them in, for example, meal prepping, prepping to go back to school. That includes meal prepping, preparing for the clothes to wear, the books that they need, the tools that they need to go to school, which they are required maybe by the school. Allow them to be able to be a part of that process of preparing those things. The third one, I'm not gonna tell you, what to do with your child as far as social media or as far as screen time is concerned. But of course, you and I know that when the children are watching TV more, they become overstimulated. And now, of course, in the school environment, there is nothing like that. So limiting the screen time could be able to be helpful, and maybe replacing that entirely with maybe a book. You spend time with a book. And again, if you're like me, some of these things they fall on the wayside during the breaks because you just want to break also from this tedious routine. But now it is back to school. You want to prepare them and be able to help them be able to feel nurtured and getting there, and with no expectation of a screen time in school. It would help them, if they started at home. One of the great things I also like is the idea of dry run. Map it out, map out going to school. How does that look like? If I can scream enough for this one, help the child understand, what does that look like? What does tomorrow morning look like? When you are going to school, what does it look like? Help them know that. And then it is very important also to be, I'm looking for the word, to understand what it feels the first week. So at least be tolerant. They will cry, and it is okay to cry. But continue encouraging them and to let them know that whatever it is that they feel honestly is valid, and it is okay, and that it is, they'll get there, and that things will be better. Gain that momentum, help them know that things are going to be better. Even you, that you're going to be missing them if you're the parent, even you, the teacher, you're having a hard time, kind of getting back because you also, took onto that break. If all of us were to be genuinely authentic with what it is that we feel, our children mimic whatever it is that we are going through and how we're going to be able to cope. That means, maybe the last but not the least, talking about it well in advance is really always beneficial to the child and also to yourself. Because let's face it, again, children throw that drum or they shut down just because they are not able to inhibit their emotions as we are able to. But many times, or to be honest, if we are very authentic, we are like them. Thank you so much. I hope those few tips will help you be able to cope and also to be able to receive the child if you're a teacher. And if you're the parent, that you'll be able to cope with a new, recovery of the routine that you have been having before. Again, consider to subscribe, comment, let us, hear what it is that you have to say, and see you in the next video.